Why was Paul addressing this at all? Because Ephesus was home to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the world, and the Temple of Artemis was saturated with pagan worship and female priestesses. They're bringing that same framework, that same domineering style, that same pagan roots into the congregation, which can be deeply confusing when you're trying to practically figure out how do you walk in the way of Messiah. It wasn't about teaching, it was about spreading deception from the roots where these specific women were coming from. Paul's correction was not a blanket ban on women. It was a targeted response to a very specific issue that was going on in that community. The words to take note of here, there are a couple that we're going to look at, but the first would be the authority word. The word he uses here for usurping authority, authenateo, is very uncommon and is only used one time in the New Testament. In Greek writings in this same culture, this word is typically used to describe domination, control, even abuse, and acting violently. This was not teaching with authority. This was hijacking the mic, twisting doctrine, and causing dissent. Because in Ephesus, some women were doing exactly that based on the cult that they were coming from. And based on the temple culture in this setting, Paul was not condemning a calling. He was correcting the chaos. This word authenateo is a rare and loaded term. Paul had many other Greek words to draw from that weren't directly correlated to abuse, but he didn't choose those. He also uses the word silence, which this word actually does not mean complete quiet. If Paul had meant that, there are other words that he would have used, which do mean total silence. But the word that he used here, he used hesychia, which means quietness, stillness, or peacefulness. So we have this contrast, abuse of authority being replaced with peace. Paul was not saying that women should never speak or never lead. He was saying that they needed to learn the posture of calm and humility in order to learn properly.